turn up at all, like on the speakers on there or something? Like, because I can't hear you. Unfortunately. Yeah.
Play louder though, if that helps. I'll play a bit louder.
Yeah. I'm just following you, and then you when you're playing, and then also
cool.
trying to follow you. But on that last one,
Let's play Doc's here.
no, it's good. You sounded great. Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. We'll extend the solos as much as we want.
Count 2, 3.
And 1, 2, 3,
Dude, I'm so sorry. I double timed that. I am sorry.
Convocation is assembled.
Thank you, Grand Marshal Morehouse. Everyone, please remain standing while Raina Bowen sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Raina, and welcome to Alfred University's 2023 commencement. Please be seated. Please first join me in welcoming and thanking our Board of Trustees who are with us today. They've been with us the last few days for the spring board meeting. I will ask them to stand as their name is called, and then we'll give them a collective round of applause. Dr. Jean Bernstein, Dr. Joe Cesarano, Russ Cesari, Carolyn Clark, our board chair, Greg Connors, Terry Galanis Jr., Fred George, Dr. Chris Heckel, Steve Hine, Brian Hill, Jim Jordan, Kristen Klaben, Kevin Livingston, Bob Meltzer, Dr. Terry Mikulski, Marlon Miller, Neil Miller, Terry Montgomery, Ann Moskowitz, Craig Peretz, Patty St. George, and Eric Zuckerman. Thank you. Now I'd like to turn it over to our Provost and COO, Dr. Beth Ann Doby.
Thank you, President Zupan. Welcome to our happiest celebration of the year. A couple of housekeeping things before we begin. Please notice where the nearest exit is to you at the front and the back of the auditorium. Should there be an emergency, move to the exit closest to you, and we will resume the ceremony when possible. There's also an ambulance crew outside should anyone be in need of medical assistance. We are happy to have children of all ages. No worries about how they cheer or contribute to the ceremony. We'd like to begin our ceremony today by recognizing a few individuals with outside of ordinary accomplishments who have had a significant impact on Alfred University and on the community at large. To begin, I would like to call up the chair of our board, Carolyn Clark, to present Greg Connors with an honorary degree. Sorry.
Thank you. Greg, will you please stand? Mr. President, students, staff, faculty, and guests, I am pleased to present you Gregory Connors, class of 1992, a member of the Alfred University Board of Trustees and Board Chair Emeritus who has served on the board for 15 years. Greg was elected to our Board of Trustees in 2008 and served as Board Vice Chair from 2013 to 2017 and Board Chair from 2017 to 2022. He currently serves on the board's governance as chair, executive as vice chair, audit, investment, and strategic planning committees. He previously served on the enrollment management as chair from 2012 to 2014, facilities and grounds, finance, student affairs, now student experience, trusteeship as chair from 2014 to 2017, and university relations, now advancement committees. Greg earned a bachelor's degree in political science, minor in business from Alfred University in 1992. And went on to earn his law degree from Ohio Northern University in 1995. He is co-founder of and managing partner in the law firm Connors & Ferris, LLP, which specializes in workers' compensation, Social Security disability, and personal injury claims. Greg's philanthropy was instrumental to the renovation of Oppenheim, a residence hall that has been renamed in honor of Greg's family. His gifts have also improved our athletic facilities. He and his family funded construction of the Connors Family Pavilion, a gathering place overlooking Unovich Stadium, as well as provided support for a new scoreboard named in honor of Bob, class of '66, and Pat Codispoti. A member of the Founders Society at Alfred University, Greg supports the Fahey Fund and our Academic Success Program, the Student Entrepreneurship Fund, the Dr. Charlie Edmondson and Dr. Laura Grayson Endowed Scholarship, and the Strategic Investment Fund. His philanthropy also provides endowment support for Common Ground, a program for all first-year and transfer undergraduate students at Alfred designed to promote inclusivity. Greg's involvement, guidance, and financial support were pivotal to the launching of Common Ground. Greg has also given generously to the Fiat Lux student newspaper, the Alfred Fund, Saxon Nation, Saxon Inn, and the Saxon football team's annual golf tournament. Greg was a member of our university's football team as a student. Greg is a member of the board of directors of Hunter's Hope, a charitable organization that was created by Buffalo Bills Hall of Fame quarterback Jim Kelly and his wife Jill. In 2008, Greg was recognized as a recipient of the Rochester Business Journal 40 Under 40 Award. Mr. President, I am honored to present Gregory Connors for the conferral of the degree of Doctor of Law, honoris causa, in recognition for his professional career and his service and generosity to his community, Alfred University, and its students.
Thank you, Board Chair Clark. In recognition of these accomplishments and by virtue of the authority vested in me by Alfred University's Board of Trustees, I confer upon you, Gregory R. Connors, a Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. And in token whereof, I cause you to be vested with the hood of the degree and instruct that your status be changed in the membership roll of the Alfred University Alumni Association. Congratulations, Dr. Connors.
Well, that took longer than I thought it was going to take. Welcome, class of 2023. Congratulations. I want to thank President Zupan, fellow graduates, the leadership team of Alfred University, the faculty, staff, my fellow Board of Trustees, and everybody here is part of our AU family, and those watching today online. What a wonderful and special weekend it is honoring our graduates on this beautiful, absolutely gorgeous Alfred, New York Mother's Day weekend. In fact, I want to start off my speech today acknowledging some of the people who are the most important people in this room. Will all the mothers please stand up? All the moms, please stand up. None of us could be here without you, so thank you for all that you do. Now, I'd like to acknowledge and thank my father, who was truly the inspiration and driving force for me to start giving my time and philanthropy to Alfred University, and it was only 5 years when I was out of school that he encouraged me to do so. Unfortunately, a couple of months after he gave me that encouragement, he passed away. But I took those words and that commitment to heart and engaged. I also want to take this opportunity to thank my mom. My mom is a true inspiration. She taught me how to think outside the box and to be an entrepreneur. My mom was one of the first female-owned businesses in Hornell back in the 80s, and she's still an entrepreneur and still working and selling real estate well into her 80s herself. Sorry about that, Mom. I want to thank my 2 sons, Will and Luke, and their mom, Jenny, who is also a fellow AU graduate, for their support, inspiration, and encouragement to give back to the things that mean so much to us so that we can make a difference. I also want to thank have tremendous gratitude for my fellow board members. There's way too many to name individually, but your trust, your support, and you accepting my phone calls late at night, you all know who you are. I can't thank you enough for the guidance you gave to me during some very challenging and unforeseen circumstances while I was chair from 2017 to 2022. I'm deeply and forever indebted. Now, you may be sitting there wondering, why is Greg Connors standing here in front of me? Well, I hope that I can give some of you some motivation and inspiration to do what you want to do with your life, to fulfill your goals, to fulfill your dreams. Now, I'm from this really big metropolis just down the road here called North Hornell, New York. You know, the suburb of Hornell, New York. And all the graduates probably know North Hornell more as that's where the Wegmans is located. Well, with those humble beginnings, I came to Alfred to be a ceramic engineer. I lasted 3 days. I realized that my true passion was more talking to people. And so I went into political science and business and ultimately was able to graduate and go to law school. Now, I didn't go to the best law school in the world, but I went to a law school. And that was inspired by the faculty and staff here at Alfred University. In fact, I'm sure each and every one of you have some story of a faculty member who touched you and inspired you. Mine, people like Bob Heineman, Karen Porter, Bill Hall, Sharon Davidson. Those were the people that really inspired me to actually study, actually prepare for tests, and actually do the best that I could so I could fulfill my potential academically. I was lucky enough and fortunate enough to utilize the foundation that Alfred University gave to me to start a law firm. Now, for those of you who are from Western New York, Central New York, and the Finger Lakes region, I want you, if you go home and you turn on the TV and you see a commercial for Connors and Ferris and you hear that catchy jingle, I want you to be proud of and I want you to know that that whole business is grounded and founded and based upon the education of Alfred University and its faculty and the experience I had here in our Magic Valley. Now, as you walk away, I want you to know that this Magic Valley is always going to be here for you. It doesn't matter how long it is you step away from Alfred. When you decide to come back, and most of us oftentimes do, sometimes many years later, the magic that you experienced here will still be here with open arms and welcome you to come back and enjoy the fond memories that we all have. Now, as I close, there's a couple of people here that have really touched each and every one of us, and I want to thank them, but I need your help. So, in the true Alfred University and Saxon Nation, I know that you're going to help me with this. When I say thank you from, I'd like everybody to say Saxon Nation. Would the grandparents all stand up who are here supporting a fellow graduate and remain standing? All the grandparents, please. You're the foundation of why we're here. Thank you from Saxon Nation. Well, all the moms, the dads, everyone who was a parent-like who supported our graduates, can you please stand, remain standing, so we can thank and acknowledge you for your support, for your motivation, for your encouragement, and we also thank you for helping pay for their education. Thank you from Saxon Nation. All the brothers, sisters, cousins, friends, and those who are family-like that are here supporting our graduates, please stand. I want to thank you for encouraging and supporting our graduates. Thank you from Saxon Nation. Well, the faculty, staff, administrators, all those who inspired and motivate our graduates, please stand so we can give you the appropriate appreciation and gratitude. Thank you from Saxon Nation. I also want to encourage and have all my fellow board members to stand up, please. I want to thank you for everything you do to provide this opportunity for our graduates and for us to be here. So please stand up. And thank you from Saxon Nation. Now, we wouldn't be here without the stars of the show. And the stars of the show are our graduates. I want each and every one of you, please stand up. Come on, let's go. I know it's early. Thank you for persevering. Thank you for going through the trials and tribulations of what was unforeseen and unever heard of in our academic history. You persevere and you won. And this is the gratitude that we want to give to you. You will face challenges in your life, but if you meet those challenges like you met while you were here, you will all be successful and make a difference in this world. Thank you from Saxon Nation.
Congratulations and thank you, Dr. Connors. At this time, I would like to call Trustee Jean Bernstein to the podium.
Mr. President, students, staff, faculty, and guests, I'm pleased to present to you Ann Moskowitz, a life member of the Alfred University Board of Trustees. Ann joined the board in 2017 and served for 4 years until 2021. During her tenure as a trustee, Ann was a member of the Enrollment Management and Facilities and Grounds Committees. Ann earned her bachelor's in economics from Wellesley College in 1962. In 1964, she married Alfred University alumnus Joel Moskowitz, class of '61, a longtime member of the university's Board of Trustees. In 1967, Joel and Ann co-founded Ceradyne, Inc., an advanced technical ceramic company which manufactured and marketed ceramics for the industrial, aerospace, defense, medical, and electronic markets until it was sold to 3M in 2012. Joel served as Ceradyne's company president and chairman of the board with the support of Ann, who worked as the company's first IT professional. Joel was elected to the Alfred University Board of Trustees in 1983 and served until his death in 2015. Ann and Joel were dedicated to improving student life. In addition to their many areas of support to Alfred, they created 2 special interest houses on the campus. Joel's house, a 22-bed residence hall constructed in 2004, and Ann's house, a 48-bed residence hall constructed in 2009. The couple was recognized for their generosity to Alfred University in 2005 and named to the university's Society of Benefactors. A 2019 gift from Ann supported renovations to Reimer Hall, which was renamed Moskowitz Hall. And in 2022, Ann's gift of $1 million funded renovations of the Brick, a project which was completed just prior to the start of the 2022-23 academic year. This year, Ann has provided further support for improvements to our Welcome Center at Alumni Hall. In addition to their lifelong support of Alfred, the Moskowitz's philanthropic priorities and interests also included Chapman University's Rogers Center for Holocaust Education, the National Jewish Health, and the Hoag Hospital Foundation, the Accelerated Cure Project for Multiple Sclerosis, and is a past member of the Board of Trustees at Chapman University. Mr. President, I'm honored to present Ann Moskowitz for the conferral of the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, in recognition of her professional career and her service and generosity to her community, Alfred University, and its students.
Thank you, Trustee Bernstein. Ann, would you please come forward? In recognition of these accomplishments and by virtue of the authority vested in me by Alfred University's Board of Trustees, I confer upon you, Ann D. Moskowitz, a Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. And in token whereof, I cause you to be vested with the hood of the degree and instruct that your status be changed in the membership roll of the Alfred University Alumni Association. Congratulations, Dr. Moskowitz.
Today is a very special day in all of our lives. For me, I wish to thank the Board of Trustees for awarding me this incredible honor. I also wish to thank the staff and administration for all they have done to make this trip happen. But to you, the graduates, congratulations. As you leave here for the wider world, many adventures await you. I wish you more good ones than difficult ones, but most of all, I wish you wonderful lives. Thank you.
Congratulations and thank you, Dr. Moskowitz. I would now like to welcome Trustee Brian Hill to the podium.
President Zupan, members of the Alfred University Board of Trustees, esteemed guests, faculty, parents, loved ones, and our graduates. Thank you for inviting me to participate in the commencement exercises for Alfred University's class of 2023. Oh, sorry guys. I am pleased to present to you Dr. Robert Johnson. Dr. Johnson received his bachelor's in biology from Alfred University in 1968 and his MD from the College of Medicine and Dentistry of New Jersey, now Rutgers University, Rutgers, New Jersey Medical School in 1972. He is the Dean of the Rutgers, New Jersey Medical School in Newark, New Jersey, and Interim Dean of the Robert Wood Johnson Medical School in New Brunswick, New Jersey. In addition to being the only medical school dean serving at 2 schools simultaneously, he is one of only a handful of African Americans serving as medical school deans. Dr. Johnson, who joined the faculty of Rutgers, New Jersey Medical School in 1976, has enjoyed a teaching career that spans nearly a half-century. In addition to serving as the Sharon and Joseph L. Moskowitz Endowed Dean, he is also Professor of Pediatrics and Director of Division of Adolescent and Young Adult Medicine. His clinical expertise and research are focused on adolescent physical and mental health, adolescent HIV, adolescent violence, adolescent sexuality, and health equity and family strengthening. He chairs the New Jersey Governor's Advisory Council on AIDS and HIV and the Newark Ryan White Planning Council. He is a fellow of the American Academy of Pediatrics and vice chair of the Community Prevention Task Force of the United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Previously, Dr. Johnson served on the board of the Division of Behavioral and Social Sciences and Education at the National Academies of Science, president of the New Jersey Board of Medical Examiners, chair of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Council on Graduate Medical Education, member of the National Council of the National Institute of Mental Health, the NIH AIDS Research Council, and the Institute of Medicine Healthcare Services Board. His contributions in society are noteworthy as well. In the early 1970s, fresh out of medical school, he was among a group of young professionals working in the fields of medicine, psychiatry, law, education, social work, and the arts, who recognized a need to invest in New York City's youth. In 1972, the group started The Door, a program aimed at helping a diverse and growing population of disconnected adolescents gain the resources needed to succeed in school, work, and life. Today, The Door annually serves nearly 11,000 young people from all over New York City. This program provides a wide range of free services, including reproductive health care and education, mental health counseling and crisis assistance, legal assistance, GED and ESOL classes, tutoring, and homework help, college preparation services, career development, job training and placement, supportive housing, sports and recreational activities, arts, and nutritious meals. Dr. Johnson still sees patients at The Door regularly. Mr. President, I am honored to present Dr. Robert L. Johnson for the conferral of the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa, in recognition of his esteemed medical career and his community service.
Thank you, Trustee Hill. In recognition of these accomplishments, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by Alfred University's Board of Trustees, I confer upon you, Dr. Robert L. Johnson, a Doctor of Science honoris causa degree with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. And in token whereof, I cause you to be vested with the hood of the degree and instruct that your status be charged in the membership roll of the Alfred University Alumni Association. Congratulations, Dr. Johnson.
I don't know if this thing is going to stay on. President Zupan, members of the Alfred University Board of Trustees, esteemed guests, faculty, parents, loved ones, and graduates, good morning. Thank you for inviting me to participate in these commencement exercises, a time celebrating the achievements of the class of 2023. This is indeed a great honor, and is due in large part to the foundation that I began to build in the late summer of 1964, when for the first time I set foot on this campus. Well, that should tell you I never came here before I entered the school, but for the first time I entered this campus. And I am sure that you, like me, after spending 4 years in this bucolic setting, have been transformed and prepared to launch into an exciting and fulfilling future. Now, for me, that future began in 1968 when I was sitting where you are sitting now. And actually, we were on Merrill Field, which I guess is over here. My future was abuzz with great promise, and the whole country was abuzz with great promise. We had computers, high-tech computers. Now, they took up a room to fill them in, even to perform the simplest tasks. And when I was here, I studied Fortran too. We also were excited because we would probably win the space race and land a man on the moon. Yet that bright future was clouded. 2 months before my graduation in 1968, Martin Luther King was assassinated at the Lorraine Hotel in Memphis, Tennessee. The Cold War was continuing on and heating up. And the hopes that the months-old Tet Offensive would end the war in Southeast Asia were dimming. Nevertheless, we were all idealistic enough to believe that we could change the world. We could end war. We could improve race relations. We could end poverty, and we could dedicate the whole nation to social justice. We were a generation that's going to make things better. Although we were too myopic, quite frankly, to realize that our gas-guzzling cars were destroying the environment and that our pack-a-day habit was ruining our health. But we were still, in our hearts, believing that we would make a difference in the world. We protested, and we advocated for the right causes, and sometimes we moved the needle just a little bit in the right direction. Half a century's passed. Much has changed, but much is still the same. War continues. Worldwide economic problems threaten our lives. And today, however, the simplest task can be performed by a cell phone that has more computing power than it took to land that man on the moon in 1969. Race relations, unfortunately, have not improved, and they've defied resolution even after 400 years. Fortunately, I have a lot of hope. Your generation, the generation that will graduate this year, has a similar belief to that we had in 1968. You continually remind us that we can be better and we can sustain our environment, that we can improve relations. And regardless of where you stand on the political spectrum, you participate and engage in that process. You have reminded us that idealism without practicality cannot be sustained. As an Alfred graduate, you are prepared to succeed. You have vision, you have plans and direction that will take you to the next phase of your life's journey. When I graduated, I had that same spirit. I had been accepted to medical school. I knew where I was going to go to medical school. I knew that eventually I would spend my career doing what I love, taking care of vulnerable populations as a pediatrician. And my dreams were realized. In 1976, having completed my residency training in pediatrics and my fellowship in adolescent medicine, I began a practice that continues to this very day. When I say this very day, I mean it because some of my patients called me this morning. And I continue in these professional activities that are very fulfilling. But along the way, I encountered barriers. I thought that things would just sort of go smoothly. But there were twists and turns and detours and changes that made it sometimes more difficult to get where I wanted to go, to achieve my dreams. But it was the embracing of those barriers, trying to climb over them, taking advantage of things that were blocking me, that led me to all the things you've heard today. Dean of 2 medical schools, professor of pediatrics and psychiatry, and starting all those things, and my participation in all those federal and state committees, and being recognized as an expert in HIV, adolescent behavior, youth violence, and social justice. Now, in preparation for this address, I looked back and said, well, how did this happen? How did I get from 1968 to 2023 and all that stuff that went on in the middle? Did that stuff that went on in the middle have a profound effect on my life? And in retrospect, I think it did. And I want to share with you 3 lessons that I have learned as a result of going through these things. And hopefully, these lessons will be meaningful to you. The first of those is the power of yes. The power of yes. Now, you've heard that while I was a fellow at NYU, I joined with a group of individuals who formed this youth center in New York City called The Door. And I not only was head of the board there, but I saw patients there. And in the early 80s, one of the patients I saw was a young man who we'll call Jamal. Jamal was very, very happy when I first saw him. He was a model. He was 6 feet tall, 170 pounds, and he'd just been on the cover of Time magazine. He even bought the cover in and showed it to me, and I was really excited for him. And he came in for just a checkup, and everything was fine. 2 weeks later, he came back because he developed a respiratory infection. And so I examined him, did an evaluation, and provided some treatment. Didn't work. A week later, he developed diarrhea. And nothing I had worked. He began to lose weight, and he dropped from 170 to 120. Then he developed a rash all over his body, and the next week, he died. Now, as a doctor, one of the things that you have trouble getting used to is patients dying, especially when your patients are young, vibrant individuals. And I could have stepped back and said, there's nothing I can do about this. This individual has an illness that we don't really understand. I can't do anything about it. But I said yes. I said yes to not accepting defeat. I said yes to trying to figure out what was going on. I said yes to trying to understand the process of illness. I said yes to looking for treatments and cures. I said yes to trying to prevent this illness. I said yes to tackling this pandemic, or epidemic actually, that affected the whole world. Now, of course, I'm sure most of you recognize this as HIV/AIDS. And my saying yes resulted in my joining with scientists and doctors from all over the world who tackled HIV. And we won. We won. 25 years later, we went from a deadly illness to an illness that is quite controllable. Now, saying yes is very scary, especially when you don't know what's happening. You could fail. You could doubt yourself, and people could doubt you and scoff you. But if you don't try, you'll never succeed. If you stay safe, this thing is driving me nuts. It's funny, when Barack Obama came to Rutgers to give the commencement address, we also gave him a degree, and he did this throughout his speech. When you don't say yes and you stay safe and never fail, you never move forward. If you don't take a risk, you'll never benefit from the wonders of discovery. If you don't fail, you may feel comfortable, but it's the way you look at a failure. Every failure is a teaching opportunity. You learn what doesn't work, and it takes you one step closer to what doesn't work. So as you approach your future and you run into those barriers and obstacles and opportunities and they seem very daunting, say yes, because they move you forward. Number 2, strive to achieve excellence in all that you do. As a youth, I spent each summer at the Loch Carey Baptist Youth Retreat at Virginia Union University in Richmond, Virginia. Now, I don't want my pastor to know this, but I don't remember anything about that Baptist youth retreat. But the thing I do remember is this big rock that stood in front of the dining hall and had a saying on it: good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better best. I have no idea where that came from. So in preparation for this address, I looked it up. I found out that Tim Duncan used it as an affirmation, and it probably was something that St. Jerome, who was a Catholic priest in 347 AD, he was known for translating the Bible into Latin, had said. But I don't care where it came from, but it's a meme in my head. I can't forget it. And as you move forward, you should continue to hear this. And everything you do should be guided by your effort to do your best. That doesn't mean the best, not the best compared to every person, but your best. What you can do best is what should guide you. And when you say yes to every opportunity, sometimes you will fail, as we said, and sometimes you'll succeed. But if you fail, you should fail excellently. And if you succeed, you should succeed excellently. There's no room, or should be no room, for mediocrity. Final comment. Love your life. Love your life. Constantly fill it with joy. I'm often asked, how do I do all the things that I do? And usually, in fact, I always stop and say, it doesn't really seem to me that I do that much. In fact, on the way over here, President Zupan asked me about how do I spend time on one thing or another, and it doesn't occur to me, all these things that sort of happen at the same time. And the characteristic of these events that's very important is that I love every piece of it. I gain joy out of seeing patients 3 days a week. I gain joy out of sitting with a whole bunch of lawyers talking about contracts. I gain joy out of faculty members who are yelling at me because they want me to give them something I can't give them. But the joy in what I do helps my health. It keeps me getting up every day and having a song in my heart. And as you look for your choices in life, it's important to make a lot of money and to have prestige, but it's more important to have joy. Joy will continue and carry you throughout and will make your life exceedingly fulfilling. You know, I think it was Tim Duncan who said, not Tim Duncan, it was Mark Anthony and Confucius and Tim Cook said that, you know, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. And so that should be one of the goals that you had. My life and career have benefited from twists and turns and challenges. Each of these have forced and propelled me forward. As I look back, I'm grateful for the challenges, the twists and the turns that led me to great success and fulfillment. Graduates, in a few moments, you'll receive your bright, shiny degrees. Use your newly acquired knowledge and skills to take advantage of every opportunity before you. As much as possible, say yes to every challenge and respond with the excellent knowledge and skills you have gained at this university. Finally, love your life. Find joy in all that you do. Graduates, congratulations, and welcome to the alumni of Alfred University.
Thank you for those inspiring remarks, Dr. Johnson. We're now going to move to the conferment of degrees. Yay! This afternoon, we have a special ceremony for our doctoral candidates. They go through a special hooding ceremony, so we're going to move to the conferment of our master's degrees. And to present our master's candidates, I invite Dr. Alfred Mancuso, Dean of Graduate and Continuing Studies, to the podium.
Will the candidates and the faculty responsible for the Master of Business Administration please stand and be acknowledged and remain standing? Will the candidates and the faculty responsible for the Master of Fine Arts please stand to be acknowledged and remain standing? Will the candidates and faculty responsible for the Master of Science please stand to be acknowledged and remain standing? Will the candidates and faculty responsible for the Master of Arts in School Psychology please stand to be acknowledged and remain standing? Will the candidates and faculty responsible for the Master of Science in Education please stand to be acknowledged and remain standing? Will the candidates and faculty responsible for the Certificate of Advanced Study please stand to be acknowledged and remain standing? Master's degree candidates, please remain standing. Faculty, you may be seated. Mr. President, these students standing before you have completed all of the degree requirements as set forth by the faculty. I am pleased to present them to you for conferment of their degrees.
Dean and alumnus Alfred Mancuso, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Alfred University, and upon recommendation of your faculty, I confer upon you the master's degree to which you are entitled as listed in the commencement program, with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining.
Would the graduates please come forward to the stage at this time?
Charles J. Dugan IV. Placid Finch. Gillian Drew Flint. Jonathan G. Helios. Michael Russell Hamilton. Drew Preston Jackson. Emma Kathleen Johnson. Scott J. Kimachek. Brewster J. Marshall. Hunter Miles. Joyce Michaela Farai. Allison Kimberly O'Toole. Amber Nicole O'Toole. Ashley Ann O'Toole. Jake Elias Phillips. Anthony J. Rufunio. Zachary Donald Suello. Jessica Smith. Hannah Uhlman. Shiida Arabasti. Jacob Brodsky. Zihao Shin. Gabrielle Finn Egnater. Caitlin Elizabeth Heron. Javaria Ahmad. Paige O'Toole. Thomas Pence. Rose Schreiber. Shushank Kalaprimi Shrestha. Sophie Alexandria Cemental. Justin Gerald Spillers. Victoria Walton. Cao Wang. Cooper Howard. Victoria R. Pellegrino. Adam Thomas Hollick. Karen Christine Bakahalik. Laura Ashley Beely. Gwyneth Elizabeth Dick. Morgan E. Foster. Megan Elizabeth Goodwin. Kylie Noel Kinney. Hannah Renzi. Skylar Joanne Stisser. Shaheen M. Barrett. Molly E. Bright. Katie Cisneros. Stephanie Michelle Cole. Kelsey Elizabeth Curran. Nicole Coliano. Courtney Formosa. Sophia Hobby. Molly Catherine Maloney. Colin Samuel Recor. Carmen Shirelli. Rebecca C. Stauffer. Victoria C. Westacott. Anna Sperling White. Mackenzie Lynn Wilson. Taylor Elizabeth Winchell.
Now to introduce our Marlon Miller Outstanding Award winners, I invite our Vice President for Student Experience, Amy DeKay, to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Doby. Winners of the Marlon Miller Outstanding Senior Award are chosen based on scholarship, extracurricular achievement, personal character, and conduct, and nominated by faculty, students, and staff. The award was established to honor Alfred University alumnus Marlon Miller, a life trustee and Board of Trustees Chair Emeritus, and one of Alfred University's most generous supporters. Our first Marlon Miller Outstanding Senior is Owen Nelson. Owen is from Amherst, New York, and majors in material science and engineering. He has a cumulative grade point average of a 3.60 and has been named to the Dean's List throughout his time at Alfred. He is the son of Donald and Beth. A recipient of the Presidential Scholarship and Ceramic Grant from Alfred, Owen is a member of the Tau Beta Pi Engineering Honor Society. He also is president of the Materials Advantage Engineering Society and president of Alpha Eta Beta, the engineering study club he founded in 2022. And because that wasn't enough to keep Owen busy while here at Alfred, he was a member of our swimming and diving team from 2019 to 2021. Owen has completed an engineering internship with PCC Airfoils in Sanford, North Carolina, and serves as an admissions ambassador with the university's admissions office since fall 2021, helping with recruitment events and working as a campus tour guide. Please join me in welcoming Owen Nelson to the podium.
Good afternoon, and thank you for coming. I'll try to keep it short and simple. I want to start off with congratulating everyone present right now, students, families, and friends, as we have all made it to the end successfully. This has been a hard 4 years, but we finally are graduating and can move to a state with better weather. The most important aspect of Alfred University that will always bring me back is the community it fosters. We have some of the friendliest and most welcoming students and staff here. I've been involved in athletics for 5 semesters and clubs for 3, and in each facet of Alfred's life, I was welcomed with kindness and help. Despite being so small, there were plenty of opportunities and so many lifelong friends I made along the way. Although it is easy for us students to complain about Alfred, such as the Cold War air raid sirens, or the water that has more heavy metals than R2-D2, we should never overlook all the unique experiences Alfred has provided. I never expected to perform in the Rocky Horror Picture Show in fishnets, or watch a weenie dog race on a day specifically named Hot Dog Day. And even right now, I can't believe I'm allowed to give this commencement speech. Being at Alfred University is about being outside of ordinary, and they have delivered on the promise. They prove that once and for all that size really does not matter for a university. I want to highlight some staff to give special thanks for all they do here at Alfred. First, the woman who needs no introduction, Yvonne. She's everyone's sweet and caring grandma who can knit a beautiful scarf. Second, to Eliza and Maggie, who both work so hard to provide events, help clubs, and organize the all-important Hot Dog Day. And finally, Mary Jane. She has been there when I'm down and never fails to relax me or listen to my complaints. With an ID number 420, she's the cow at the Alfred State Farm I visit a lot, and she's always willing to lend an ear. A common thought with this graduation is, if you can go back in time, what would you have told yourself with the information you know now? If I could go back in time and tell myself just one piece of advice, I would say, hoard as much toilet paper and paper towels as you can, because there's a global epidemic upon us. But if I had another chance for another piece of advice, I would tell myself, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. Some small and some big. But it is important to know that the mistakes do not define who you are. It is possible to grow without losing who you are, and this is necessary to live both a happy and healthy life. I would then try to squeeze in that the winning ticket for the $2.04 billion Powerball is in Altadena, California, Joe Service Center, November 8th, 2022, before getting transported back to the present, of course. Although I've been joking around to make my poorly written speech bearable, hopefully, I want to say with all sincerity, it has been a great day to be a Saxon. Thank you.
Our next Marlin Miller Outstanding Senior is Knox Van Rensselaer. Knox is from Amsterdam, New York, was a double major who earned bachelor's degrees in history and theater with a minor in adolescent education in December 2022, with a grade point average of a 3.98 in history and a 4.0 in theater. The child of Marcella, Knox is a graduate of Hillcrest High School in Midvale, Utah. Knox has earned several awards and accolades during their time at Alfred University, including being inducted into Phi Alpha Theta, Omicron Delta Kappa, Pi Gamma Mu, Phi Kappa Phi, and Phi Theta Kappa honor societies. Knox has been honored numerous times for their talents in theater. The recipient of the Henry and Agnes Gunther Scholarship, awarded for exemplary leadership in the Alfred University Theater Department, Knox won the 2021 Region 2 VASTA Award given by the Kennedy Center American Collegiate Theater Festival. Claimed the first place award in the 2021 National Partners of the American Theater Classical Acting, and placed first in 2021 Irene Ryan Acting Competition in Region 2 of the Kennedy Center American Collegiate Theater Festival. Knox worked at Scholl's Library for more than 3 years, first as a circulation desk assistant, then as a circulation desk student supervisor. Knox was a peer leader in the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, a resident assistant, and an intern in the Alfred University Food Pantry. Knox is pursuing a master's degree in philosophy and social policy from the George Washington University. Please join me in welcoming Knox Van Rensselaer to the podium.
As a side note, I'm unashamedly a big crier, so we'll just have to bear with me in there. Thank you so much for that warm introduction. I am incredibly honored to be speaking in front of my fellow graduates, as well as the staff and faculty and loved ones who are cheering us on from the stands. My name is Knox Van Rensselaer. That's Knox, spelled with a K, and Van Rensselaer spelled, well, your guess is as good as mine. When I received the phone call notifying me that I was named one of the outstanding seniors, my first thought was, really? But then my second thought was, what am I going to say at commencement? I think it is physically impossible to oversell how much time I spent staring at a blank Word document trying to come up with something pithy, apt, or profound to say in this speech. And then there was a moment when I realized that it was never going to happen. I was never going to say the exact perfect thing because there is no syllogism that can accurately express how much Alfred has changed my life or describe what I am feeling in this moment. So, if it is all right with you, I thought I might just share a little bit of my story. For 1 year, around the age of 4, my favorite thing to eat for breakfast was a nachos Lunchable. Nachos for breakfast may seem strange, but Lunchables offered a complete meal that could be purchased with food stamps and required no cooking. This was important because for that year, my mom, my younger sister, and I lived in a Ford Taurus that we kept parked behind an auto bay that my mom worked in. In the years since, my family has weathered a myriad of struggles, setbacks, roadblocks. And I would love to stand here and tell you that I have always smiled and I have always risen above everything that has come my way. But all of those experiences live with me. They live in my body through PTSD and fibromyalgia, but they live in my stories that I tell in Alex's. And most importantly, they live in my heart as empathy. All meaningful action begins with empathy. It is the connective tissue of a body, of a community. The late Representative John Lewis once said, "What I try to tell young people is that if you come together with a mission, it's grounded with love and a sense of community, you can make the impossible possible. We can make the impossible possible." In my final 2 semesters, with the effort of Michael Zimmer, Lacey Gosnell, and Olsen Ozisel, and many wonderful volunteers, we were able to revive the food pantry on campus. We came together with the mission of ensuring that everyone in our magical Alfred community has their basic needs met and that they are treated with dignity and respect. When I look back on everything we accomplished, from the mini pantry program the community dinners, or connecting with the Alfred Farmers Market, I am most proud of a simple decision we made very early on. We chose to lean into our empathy. For me, this meant that I was constantly stepping back in time to all the times my family relied on food pantries and daring to be better. A big point of pride for me is that we never limited how much food a person could receive. We were often asked, if the food is available for everyone and they can take however much they want, what is stopping people from taking too much or exploiting the food pantry? And every time we replied, we'd rather people take too much than not have enough. I never saw anyone exploiting the food pantry the year and a half I worked there. A competitive market encourages us to see the people around us as obstacles in our paths to wealth, and it takes intentional work to begin to believe in the intrinsic value of the lives of others and ourselves. Did you catch that last part? Every one of us is talented, educated, and invaluable. And while it may seem cliche at this point in our post-COVID world, caring for ourselves is just as important as using our empathy to elevate our community. See, I was running full speed, just trying to grow up and get to the next stage of life until I burnt out in the fall of 2021. I suddenly felt aimless and like I was living in the life of a stranger. Then, on a cold fall night, while watching a movie with friends, I realized that I had burnt out because I was not treating myself with any compassion. I would not be friends with someone who treated me like I treated myself. And with the support of my endlessly giving and loyal friends, the expertise of my therapist, and the unconditional love from my amazing mom, I realized I was living a life that did not honor my most authentic self. Slowly, I learned what it meant to live fully and to belong fully. Thank you, Alfred. It was then that I came to realize my queer and trans non-binary soul had been waiting patiently to love myself enough to take the leap and come out as Knox. Where life was once dull and tiring, it is now incandescent. Now that I have experienced life as I was meant to, I refuse to live in a world where an authentic life is unattainable for so many. See, we're inheriting a world that is famished, and it is our responsibility to decide what we want to nourish it with. Just as a farmer must prepare the soil for crops, we have to lay down a bed of empathy that will sustain all that we cultivate together. I mean, easier said than done, am I right? All right, my friends, take a moment and breathe all this in, because we have a lot of work to do, and it starts now. I shared with you a moment ago a small sliver of my story. I did this because in the end, when we take off these cords and we file away our diplomas, and when we leave Alfred, our stories are all that will remain. I won't stand here today and tell you that there will be a purpose for every struggle you endure, or that there's a roadmap for what is to come, but I will tell you that if you open up, if you share your story whenever you can, however you can create a meaning for this life. It is equally important, though, that you listen. Listen to those in marginalized communities. Listen to those who love differently than you, and listen to those with disabilities or differences. Listen everywhere you go, because what a privilege it is to experience what someone else experiences. Finally, to my fellow graduates, within each of you is a multitude. Explore it, honor it, and share it with the world. We can no longer exist in our own spheres of comfort. We are the grown-ups now. We have our education, we have our technology, and we have each other. And we must do all we can to work together and accomplish the impossible. Thank you.
It is now my pleasure to introduce the top 4 ranking students this year. First, in the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, Rachel Flashman. Rachel is from East Sparta, Ohio. She's earning a BA in Communication Studies with a 4.0. In the School of Art and Design, Lucas Perry. Lucas hails from Naples, New York. He's getting a Bachelor of Fine Arts with a 3.98. In our Inamori School of Engineering, Joseph Alexander Falzo. Joseph is from Utica, New York. He's getting a Bachelor of Science in Material Science and Engineering with a 3.93. In our College of Business, Matthew Wedzik. Matthew is from Northeast Pennsylvania. He's getting a business administration degree with a 3.96. You may be seated. We will now begin with the conferment of our undergraduate degrees. Will the candidates for the degrees in the University Honors Program please rise? University Honors Program. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduates standing before you have completed the requirements of the Alfred University Honors Program as set forth by the faculty. Please join me in congratulating them on their accomplishments, our newest class of Alfred University Scholars. You may be seated. So guests, you are welcome to come up and take photographs up in the front here. Just please be mindful of our photographer, and also please be mindful of letting the graduates have a passageway off the stage. Thank you. So I would like to bring up to the podium our Dean of the College of Business, Mark Lewis.
Thank you, Provost Dobie. Will the candidates and faculty in the College of Business please stand? Come on, faculty. Faculty up front, you get to stand too. The faculty may be seated and students remain standing. Mr. President, the students standing before you are candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree. They have completed all requirements as set forth by the faculty. I am pleased to present them to you for conferment of degree.
Thank you, Dean Mark Lewis. By virtue of the authority vested in me by Alfred University's Board of Trustees, and upon the recommendation of your faculty, I confer upon you the Bachelor of Science degree.
Would the graduates please come forward to the stage at this time?
Faith M. Agnello. Yao Achompong Aguillem. Crawford W. Acalogo. Joanne Boys. Noah R. Brown. Drew S. Cartwright. William Eric Cole, Jr. Jenalyn Farrell Conley. John J. Costello IV. Ethan Charles Kozo Calandra. Noah William Crawford. Casey John Curran. Adam Christopher Enders. Fatu Haidera. Paul Forte. Mia Elise Hunt. James Kerr. Colin F. Leonard. Sean Anthony Magashi, Jr. Caleb M. Manning. Justin D. Mosier. Kayla Murray. Amanda Teresa Northup. Dakota William Podofowski Wooster. Ryan Pay. Robert Donald Jude Rotzer. Corey Solera. Marcus Kenneth Shavers. Katrina Susanna Schiozzi. Clayton R. Teeter. Seth Mitchell Walden. Matthew David Wedzik. Richard Joseph Zellner. Daniel Alberto Zettino.
Please join me in one final round of applause for these great business students. It's my pleasure at this time to introduce Dean Stein of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences.
Thank you, Dean Lewis. Will the candidates and faculty of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences please stand? The faculty may be seated. Mr. President, the students standing before you are candidates for degrees in the Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Sciences as appropriate. They have completed all requirements as set forth by the faculty. I am pleased to present them to you for conferment of degrees.
Thank you, Dean Bob Stein. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Alfred University Board of Trustees, and upon the recommendation of your faculty, I confer upon you the Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Sciences degree.
Will the graduates move toward the stage?
Jesanette Marie Alexander. Zachary Scott Allen. Phoenix Andrews. Hiliana Anu Thias Araro. Helen Bella Bostock. Cameron A. Bowers. Brianna Marie Broadwell. Olivia A. Caesar. Hakeem Chambers. Lavinia Denise Koch. Megan Elizabeth Cronin. Cernine Falu Dua. Travis Jackson Drosdale. Farah Dora Faru. Kevin Patrick Early. Tyler English. Eleanor Grace Fullerton Fanning. Rachel Marie Fleischman. Nancy Gobia. Grace Lakshmi Gold. Emily Louise Hart. Savannah Lynn Heckman. Tulia Arlethea Howard. Stephen O'Mary Jackson. Rebecca Lynn Jouette. Alexandra Ellen Johnson. Mackenzie Jordan. Nay Fatu Ka. Nicholas A. Gazonsky. Aspen Marie Labarge. Molly Lawson. William Edward Luke, Jr. Jamal Marquise Lewis. Victor Liz Lascano. Michelle Owuso Mensah. Nathan John Mills. Natalie R. Norris. Natalie M. Oliveras. Hennessy Deshiana Oliveira. Brandesha Owens. Rihanna D. Parks. Andrew Grandin Parr. Charisma Patrick. Savannah Elizabeth Perham. John William Phillips Farrell. Amanda M. Pishte. Pablo Esteban Prunti Russo. Shaquem Roberts. Brenda Lee M. Roman. Stephanie Rachel Samus. Michael Joseph Schmidt. Andrew Joseph Schuwerk. Elizabeth Lynn Shoemaker. Courtney E. Sisson. Marlene Line St. Fleur. Lynn. Nadia Perpetua St. Omer. Charlie Sumner. Jessica Tinbrink. Morgan Aaron Timothy. Timothy Jackson Trimboli. Samuela Osei Tufor. Alexandra Tyler. Michael Joseph Walter. Jason Dylan Weiss. Carly Jean Welty. Reagan Alexandria Westcott Ashmore. Lily Marie Winning. Matthew Wayne Barber. Isabel Leah Beecher. Caitlin Marie Bear. Kevin Murashio Campuzana. Isabella A. Carrillo. Briar Catherine Confer. Sydney Rose Dennison. Connor DeDominic. Rain Oceana Eddy. Connor John Englert. Parker James Evans. Jasmine Lynn Fairley. Hannah Marie Fuller. Angelina Marie Gonzalez. Caitlin May Greenberg. Haley L. Hall. Arden Eleanor Hatch. Taryn Olivia Hayes. Calum J. Holbrook. Rachel J. Howe. Abby May Hudspath. Sydney Lee Holz. Ozeli Peter Iyaya. Devon Thomas Jackson. Colin Benjamin Jewell. Nancy A. Jordan. Logan Christopher Larrabee. Scott M. Larson. Jeff Milan. Lucy K. McCready. Emma Megan McDonald. Jonathan Michael Nadolny. Neve Leah O'Connell. Elias Ofanidas. Darian H. Ortiz. Rihanna Liliana Laughlin Pacholka. Ashley Lauren Page. Taylor Danielle Payne. Riley Brooke Russin. Madison Shanley. Emily Ray Swinson. Mackenzie Leach. Cassidy Wilcox. Sierra K. Wilson. John Quinn Winkler. Emily Marie Yusko. Michael Zimmer.
How about one more round of applause for these graduates? I'd like to call to the podium the Dean of the School of Art and Design and Performing Arts Division, Lauren Lake.
Will the candidates and faculty in the School of Art and Design please stand? The faculty may now be seated, and the students please remain standing. Will the candidates and faculty in the Division of Performing Arts please stand? The faculty may be seated, and the students please remain standing. Mr. President, the students standing before you are candidates for the Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Science, or Bachelor of Arts degree as appropriate. They have completed all requirements as set forth by the faculty. I am pleased to present them to you for conferment of degrees.
Thank you, Dean Lauren Lake. By virtue of the authority vested in me by Alfred University's Board of Trustees, and upon the recommendation of your faculty, I confer upon you the Bachelor of Fine Arts degree, or Bachelor of Science degree, or Bachelor of Arts degree.
Will the graduates please come forward to the stage at this time?
Ayana Giselle Alexander. Victoria Azalea Celestina Anger. Alessio Ardita. Ariella Adrian Lamadrid Atmosphere. Juspal Batera. Hudson Perry Bell. Ethan Earl Billings. Joseph Lawrence Brady. Paige Catherine Castleman. Yitong Shin. Lucas Matthew Crane. Taniasha Ruby Darkins. Lauren Margaret Dembinski. Noah Daniel Detweiler. Sydney Don. Isabella Rose Dorozinski. Elizabeth M. Gamble. Patrick Galen. Jane Elizabeth Gregory. Maddie Lynn Hamelink. Kaylee Nicole Hatfield. Also receiving a second degree in Bachelor's of Arts in Psychology. Elliot Rose Hoteling. Anna Susanna Ion. Ade Jean Baptiste. Nayray Ashley Jokanya. Kathleen Ann Jones. Kaylee Lynn Kemp. Floyd Michael Kessler. Michaela Marlene Crazy. Lily Kruger. Ulisa Safrans Ladiwala. Sean Lukaitis. Aurelia Lyles Kismet. Alexis Hong Wing. Zi Dong Nu. Madison V. Palmer. Also receiving a second degree of Bachelor of Arts in Environmental Studies. Lucas Corwin Perry. Abigail Christine Preston. Liz Leachin Radigan. Roe Robertson. Penelope Irene Rose. Zoe Elizabeth Shawanacamp. Emily Saranzant. Charlotte Smith. James Luke Smith. Amanda Sazanatek. Emma Leah Telyard. Tara L. Thomas. Brenna Noel Turner. Ivy Caroline Valley. Brianna L. Wozinski. Gregory J. Walter. Salin Yancey. Molin Yang. Benjamin Yelik. Fable Marie Young Shore. Ronan N. Adams. Gabriella R. Williamson. Genesis Tiana Luciano. Knox Lacey Van Rensselaer, also receiving a second degree of Bachelor of Arts in History.
Could we give one more round of applause for these wonderful graduates? I'd like to now introduce Dean Gabby Galstead from the School of Engineering.
Will the candidates and the faculty in the School of Engineering please stand? Faculty, please be seated. Students remain standing. Mr. President, the students standing before you are candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree. They have completed all requirements as set forth by the faculty. I'm pleased to present them to you for conferment of degrees.
Thank you, Dean and Alumna Gabrielle Gausted. By virtue of the authority vested in me by Alfred University's Board of Trustees, and upon the recommendation of your faculty, I confer upon you the Bachelor of Science degree.
Would the graduates please come to the stage at this time?
Mohammed Abdullah Al-Ajami. Salman Al-Atabi. Zachary Ryan Beiersdorf. Joshua Anthony Bossy. Hazel Kalensag. Everett Gerald Chandler. Skylar Klein. Jesse James Crawford. Nathan J. Crosscut Miller. Roshan Avanda Daniels. Jacob William Dobler. Justin Richard Eaton. Joseph Alexander Falvo. Matthew P. Fiato. Austin E. Freeberg. Eve Geyer. Carson M. Grover. Matthew Robert Hibbert. Dylan Thomas Keenan. Emilia Madeline Lorenzo. Silo Lynn. Saran Connor Kelly McKinsey. Nathaniel Odysseus Morero. Kathleen S. Mathis. Thomas Gerald McGillis. George Andrew Mecca. Ben Allen Middlemiss. Darren Matthew Miller. Charles Moscato. Owen Nelson. Christian Alex Payano. Colin J. Schultz. Maximus Michael Thorino. Madeline Jean Shaw. Mansoor Thamer A. Shukri. Gregory Barton Simonian. Matthew Norris Smuda. Morgan Riley Thomas. Joseph Visconti Jr. Marcus Scott Wardower. Cameron Michael Wright. Andrew Jacob Yates.
It's now my pleasure to invite to the podium Trustee Patricia St. George on behalf of the Alumni Association for induction of alumni.
Will the graduates please rise? Good afternoon. To begin with, allow me to extend my personal congratulations to each and every one of you. Well done. Before we conclude today's ceremonies, I have the privilege of inducting you into the Alfred University Alumni Association. The Alumni Association was founded in 1886, which makes it nearly as venerable as the university itself, and consists of more than 33,000 living Alfred alumni around the world. As students, you have been the beneficiaries of the educational experience that is Alfred University. As alumni, you are the caretakers of that experience. Fulfill your responsibilities as stewards by participating in your alumni association. It is a great way to maintain existing friendships, to develop new ones, and to help lead Alfred in the years ahead. You can help to preserve the full authority of the diploma you have just earned by being a good steward of the university that awarded it. On behalf of all of Alfred's alumni, past and present, I congratulate you on your academic achievement as we celebrate the passage of this important educational milestone in your life. Welcome to the Alfred University Alumni Association. We are delighted to have you join us. If you have not already done, please move your tassels to the left. You may be seated.
Congratulations, class of 2023 from Alfred University. A few closing logistics. I will shortly ask Raina Bowen, Danalee Letelier-Varas, and Gaia McEwen to lead us in the alma mater, and then Lori DeMott to provide a benediction. Following the benediction, the platform party, and we'll ask you to remain standing through all of those, the platform party will recess, followed by the faculty. Note in the program the reception locations for each of our academic units. They can be found in the program on page 20. Our marshals will escort our students, now graduates, back to the annex where they should pick up their official diploma. We ask that the guests wait until the graduates have left the gymnasium and then convene in the parking lot to congratulate our graduates. Family members will not be permitted in the diploma pickup area, just so as to expedite matters. And then some brief closing remarks. Like Greg Connors started, happy Mother's Day to the mothers in audience tomorrow. Most importantly, to our graduates of our class of 2023. There's been a palpable sense of joy on our campus this year. And it's been hard to pin down. Maybe it's because of the weather. We got about half the snowfall we usually get. We had a marvelous senior week this past week. Maybe it's been due to the re-engagement of so many activities and events. At the heart of it, though, I think it can be attributed to your class basically following what Dr. Johnson advocated for. Saying yes, pursuing excellence, and finding joy. And you've done that, and perhaps it's more appreciated and more developed because of what you had to live through. Incredibly challenging set of circumstances. The noted anchor Tom Brokaw called the generation that was born from the 1910s on for the next 30 years the greatest generation. And he attributed it to the challenges they faced when they were coming of age, whether it was the Great Depression or World War II. Challenges, those twists and turns in life, as we heard from so many speakers, can be your greatest asset if channeled the right way. The generations around the greatest generation were known as the lost generation and the silent generation. Our university's motto is Fiat Lux. It comes from the 3rd verse of Genesis in the Old Testament. Translated from the Hebrew various ways. Light exist, let light be made, or let there be light. Thanks for the light to our class of 2023 that you have brought, that you've created, and that you've propagated. And contrary to the book title, What Got You Here Won't Get You There, the next steps in life, what you've learned, the light you've brought, will stand you in very good stead if you keep doing so. So keep bringing the light. It's important to you. It's important to the broader world. Fiat Lux, and congratulations.
Jones, the pioneer college of Western New York. Alfred, we hail thee again. Hail to thee, Alfred, thou guide of our youth, sweet benign mother, our hail. Sing of thy anthems of duty and truth. May thy clear ringing music ne'er fail.
And now, cherishing memories forever sacred, strengthened by wisdom gained, molded by love that will endure, go forth from this place in confidence that you are ready to meet the challenges that lie ahead of you. And on behalf of your parents, your families, your friends, and the Alfred University community, we thank you for giving us this day, and we pray that the road ahead of you may be filled with peace. Amen.